for that. How about this? Hiding behind their faces behind masks and hoodies, this flash mob of bike-riding robbers caught on video ransacking a Chevron food mart. And this is just the latest in a series of similar incidents with dozens of people, most of them minors, rushing into stores, stealing items, and then escaping before the police get there.
Yeah, KTLA's Lindsay Pena is live outside that store in Lincoln Heights with more. Lindsay?
Good evening, Rick and Mary Beth. This Chevron is at the corner of Mission and Daly Streets here in Lincoln Heights. And as you mentioned yesterday, it was overrun by teenagers ransacking the store. I had a chance to talk to the owner earlier, and he says he's fed up. Surveillance video from outside a Lincoln Heights Chevron store shows dozens of young people riding up on bikes and scooters. Seconds later, they're then inside, grabbing everything in sight.
They just came in like it was, Halloween trick-or-treating.
Justin Salib is the store owner and says he was alerted by his alarm company and cashier about the brazen thefts.
Came in, they saw what they wanted, they grabbed whatever they want, and it wasn't just like grabbing one item or two items, it was grabbing boxes.
Salib says the 15 to 20 kids who look to be no older than 15 or 16 years old took large amounts of snacks and energy drinks and just left. When the cops showed up minutes later,
they said, well, this is considered shoplifting. We can't do anything about it. Have a nice day.
LAPD did confirm to KTLA they responded to the call and that there were no reported injuries. Salib says he's growing tired of dealing with issues like this.
When is enough's going to be enough? We're all like small business owners. We all pay our taxes. We all do everything the legal right way. And at the end of the day, we get the short end of the stick.
At this point, Salib feels he has no choice but to absorb the loss, paying the cost to replace the stolen inventory and restock his shelves.
There's no consequences. And the crazy part is these are children. These are high schoolers and middle schoolers. Like, where's their parents?
Again, that owner tells us that the police who responded told him there wasn't much they could do. This was simply a case of shoplifting.
There's nothing you can do. This was simply a case of shoplifting. Listen to what we're talking about right now. We're not talking about, anybody that can do anything or, you got all of the cameras. Now, if he'd have locked him in or he'd have defended himself or defended his store or anything like that, because you can't expect the cashier just worked there. He just trying to figure out his own life. He just trying to get paid or whatever, probably a relative or something. Who knows? But if something would have happened, they would have said, oh, no, the criminals' lives, which these are young criminals because they are breaking the law, the criminals' lives are worth more than the candy that they're stealing. But we don't have any kind of police protection. So don't matter if you give the camera footage or none of that type of stuff. All of these kids knew that they can go in and commit this crime and wouldn't be caught.